Yes, Mike, just how do you, I recognize you have a game again tomorrow you got to get ready for. How do you sort of pull your team together from the defensive performances in particular, just guys maybe losing connection with one another too consistently? How do you kind of fix that, especially in a tight turnaround?
Well, we don't have time to practice to try to get it fixed. We play tomorrow at 11, and we'll get up early tomorrow and watch some film and prepare for whoever we're gonna play. We're not connected right now defensively, and I thought the first half it showed again, and second half we played a lot better from a defensive standpoint, and I thought offensively we connected a little bit better. But good teams like Gonzaga and Louisville, you can't spot them like we did, and it's hard to come back against good teams like that. But our guys didn't quit; they competed the second half, and hopefully we can build on that and get ready for tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, Coach, big picture question. Since the start of last year, you guys are 13-16 now against fellow high major programs. What would you say to the fans who are starting to get concerned about the big picture kind of stuff?
Well, again, right now my focus is on our team and a new team that's got 7 new players that we're still trying to work things out and work through it. And I'm going to keep pushing until I get this team where I think it should be.
On the focus with your team, I know these tournaments have quick turnarounds and it's hard to get a lot done in such a quick time. But over the last 24 hours, what was your main message to the team, and how much of that did you see translate today?
Well, the main message, we had to play harder than what we did yesterday. And I thought we came out and competed early. Then we hit that dry spot right before the half that gave them the cushion. Second half, I thought we competed. But again, unfortunately, you got to play 2 halves, and we weren't able to put 2 halves together tonight.
Mike, back-to-back games where it's really just big runs that have kind of broken the game open. Would you contribute that to mental lapses? Is it like conditioning and fatigue, or what is it that kind of has really set in these huge runs to happen?
Well, again, I won't call it conditioning. We were in foul. Malik, didn't play hardly any the first half, and with the foul troubles, and I don't like to second guess, but maybe we got to start thinking about playing Malik with 2 fouls early and see if he could get through it. I mean, the last few years, we struggled with that. And once he got in foul trouble, we tried that before, and he would pick up a 3rd one or a 4th foul, and now you really got to sit him. So we just got to keep working, try to work through it. We got one more game before we leave the Bahamas, and my focus is on trying to get a win before we head back to Bloomington.
Yeah, Mike, Gonzaga had a 42-27 rebounding advantage today. Why do you think that was such an issue, and how do you fix that?
Well, again, it's a major problem that we've had, and a lot of it is we're not putting bodies on bodies to block out, and that's got to stop. I mean, we got to get our guys competing from a rebounding standpoint. I thought we rebounded against Louisville pretty well, but then you go into tonight's game and you don't rebound, and that was probably the difference in the ball game tonight.
All right, we'll go to the Zooms with Alex Bozich and then Zach Browning.
Yeah, thanks for the time. Appreciate it. What's the team's identity right now defensively, and what maybe is being missed in terms of some of the smaller details defensively that are leading to these back-to-back 89-point performances by these 2 teams?
Well, again, I thought we were on point, and from a defensive standpoint, heading out here to the Bahamas, I thought our defense was kind of where we wanted it to be. And, these last 2 games, our perimeter play has gotten exposed, and I gotta fix that. We got to get guys sitting down and not having miscues in terms of our defensive coverages. And that's something that we got to go back to practice and continue to work on and see if we can improve it and get it better.
All right, Zach Browning, then Mike Niz.
Coach, you guys in the first half were outscored 36-14 in points in the paint. What would you attribute that to?
Again, a lot of it is our believing in one another and believing in our rotations and being in the areas where we play to protect the paint and to get out. And we've been very awful in that category the last two games. We've been pretty good this year in protecting the paint. And then we scramble out to guard the three-point line, and we're not giving ourselves a chance there because we are not in position to protect the paint, and guys have lost a little confidence in that area, and I got to get it back.
Niz?
Yeah, Mike, you mentioned the perimeter defense and pulling and kind of getting that message across. Is that why Miles came off the floor early? And what's been your kind of message to him as he's struggled a little bit the last two games?
Well, he has struggled, and I got to somehow help him get back, get his confidence back and get him back to where he feels comfortable in guarding the ball, because that's where it starts defensively. And I just think the two guards that we've played out front these two games have kind of had their way in controlling the game. And I thought Kanan did a good job early on. But we got to have that from Miles as well. We got to get better guard play, because if we plan on making a run or, making a good run in the Big Ten, then, our guard play has got to pick up.
Anything for Umar here?
Yeah, Umar is obviously tough circumstances for you, but I was just wondering about playing against one of your old teams, how that felt and your performance in general.
It was good. Gonzaga is a good program, and there's a reason why they've been good for so long. So is Indiana, and I'm glad that we got to play. I wish we had a different result, but it's a long season. We gotta learn from that and then get better for the next opportunity that we're gonna have.
Last question, Zach.
It's Mike just asking about Umar's performance, 25 points. I know, again, in the context of a loss, it's not what anybody wants, but just how have you seen him improve in being a player that you can play through the way you have some of your bigs in the past, his ability to score, back to the basket, going at the rim, and even passing the ball?
No, he's gotten better since we've gotten him. And, I have no complaints with big fella. He's doing everything that's been asked of him. And, we just got to get the supporting cast, clicking on all cylinders. We've played some pretty good basketball, and I know it. We look at our opponents that we've played. It's not the Gonzagas and the Louisvilles, and that's no knock against the teams that we have played, but we got to get where we're competing against top-notch teams like the Gonzagas and the Louisvilles, and we'll get there. We just got to keep working at it.
Right, thanks, guys. See you tomorrow morning.